Hi, here we are back at Forgeworks Farm. Today's show is on the horses and the parents that bring their children here. And this section is going to be how to take care of a horse. And I guarantee it's probably the same or a little more to take care of a horse, I'm sorry, as it is for women when it comes to cosmetics. Is that true?
Well, important not only that they get the right type of grain and hay. They can't eat hay that's very dusty because it'll affect their breathing. So we make sure that we give them an ample amount of hay, but that's very fine and not dusty at all. Again, the type of vitamins, and the older the horses get, the more vitamins we give them to keep them healthy. Glucosamine and MSMs, people have been taking that. Well, they've been using that on the racetrack for years. To help joint lubrication, and we use that on these guys. Another thing that's very important too is not only this great exercise that they get as well, but hoof care. And if Aggie will cooperate, come on up here, Mama. Now what we want to try to do is we want to try to get their hoof so that it's very round. You can see her foot is kind of worn in the front like this, okay? So what I'm going to do is pick her foot up and pick away inside and show you the different parts. And then I'll probably do a little trimming and try to shape her hoof. She normally doesn't go with a horseshoe because her feet are just very, very hard and she really doesn't require it. But most of the other horses do have to have a special horseshoe because of the fact that they have different lameness issues that we always try to take care of. So let me pick her foot up and we'll take a look.
You ready for this?
Yes, I'm ready for this.
Okay, if you want to come on over here so you can get a good look at her foot.
Okay.
Okay, come on there, Agnes. So, looks like a mess, huh?
Yes.
So the first thing we do is we take a special hoof knife and we just start to pick out the foot so we can see what we have to do. And after every ride, our volunteers also pick out the feet so that we make sure that the horse doesn't get a stone up in their foot or any dirt or who knows what they can pick up. So this is the outside wall of their foot. This is what's called the frog, this V-shaped part of the sole. And the frog is like a very natural shock absorber. So when the horse is walking, this takes a lot of the impact. And this part of the hoof right here is called the sole. The horse's feet are just like our fingernails, and when they start to get long, well, we have to trim them. When a horse's hoof gets long, they get very low on their heel. The longer the hoof gets, the lower on the heel. So we want to try to trim this rim right here so we can get her standing, standing correctly. So I'm just gonna do this. And you have to be real careful with these horses because they really can't bend that well. So you can't really pull them around. You really have to let them relax, let their muscles relax. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of cleaning out her sole. I'm trying to create a ridge right here, which I'm going to trim to shape her foot with my nippers. Go Ag.
Is that hard to clean the horse's hoof? If you're not used to it, to pick up the foot, is that heavy?
Well, you're actually the fourth leg of a horse when you're holding up their foot. So you're basically holding up a quarter of the weight of their body.
Oh.
So now this isn't hurting her. This is just, I'm just cleaning out the sole in her foot.
The hoof come in layers in order for you to do that, to do the job that you need to do?
Well, if I again get too close, or if I get my cutters like this, then I'll get too close. So, the sole grows at a particular rate. The sidewall or the outside wall grows at a particular rate. And again, too, with the horses, when they don't have shoes, they do wear their foot. So, there's a lot of things you have to consider. Not to trim too much, not to trim too little. I'd rather trim too little than too much.
Wow. So you have to really know what you're doing when you clean the horse.
Yeah.
Because the horse may not like it if you don't know what you're doing.
Right, or you can make them lame. You're trying to make them sound, but you can make them lame. And my dad has been a blacksmith for, well, he's 83, and he started shoeing when he was 17. So he's been doing that all of his life. So now once we get the toe trimmed, we want to try to bring the foot so it's nice and flat, so that they're not full, so that they're not walking on a high spot, just like if you had a stone in your shoe or you had an insole in your shoe and it started to shift. So you want to keep her feet nice and flat. Cool. And then I'm going to bring her foot to the front and I'll show you what we're going to do.
Okay. What's the next thing?
Okay, well now that her foot is trimmed now and she's up on her heel, I want to be able to shape it. So what I'm going to do is pick her foot up. Come on, Egg. And go. I know. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Yes, I know. I know. So now I want to shape her foot.
Okay, somebody's shy.
Now on some of the horses, because of their lameness issues, it may take me an hour or an hour and a half to get the foot at the right angle and to get a special pair of shoes made for them. So it does take quite a bit of work sometimes, and I may have to heat up the shoes in my forge and bend them special just for the horse.
So look at that, Agnes. You're getting a nice pedicure job. How do you like that? Huh? I could see.